Hi everyone, today my topic is what is meant by a fraction and types of fractions. Many students, even high school students, are also facing confusion how to identify a type of fraction. First we will learn what is meant by a fraction, then we will go to types of fractions. First, fraction is a part of the whole. That means if you take an example, if you take a chocolate, if chocolate is cut into two equal parts, then whatever the part you will get, that is called a fraction. Similarly, if you cut a biscuit into two equal parts or a fruit into two equal parts, that is whatever the part you will get, that is part of the whole. Suppose I am writing 1 by 2, this is a fraction. In this you will call this one as numerator, and the one what I have written under this bar is called denominator. See, this whole is written as 1 by 2. In this call you will call it as numerator and this is called denominator. This is called a fraction. Suppose I am explaining what is the meaning of a fraction. See, in this case you will take these 3 as your numerator and 5 as denominator. The meaning of this one is when 3 chocolates are divided into 5 equal parts. You have to keep this point in mind. 5 equal parts, not 5 parts. 5 parts is different from 5 equal parts. If you take any 3 chocolates which are whole ones, and if you divide them into 5 equal parts, you are having 3 with you. Definitely this is lesser than the one. That's why you will call it as a fraction. Now we will discuss types of fractions. The first one is proper fraction. This is definition actually. This is proper fraction. The name itself is saying proper. Proper means an order from lower number to higher number. Now I am taking a fraction, suppose 4 by 5. This is called a proper fraction. Why? Because the numerator is lesser than the denominator. Wherever you will find a fraction in which the numerator is lesser than the denominator, that fraction is called proper fraction. Why? Because it is in a proper order from small to big. Similarly, you may take many examples. So 3 by 8 also. The meaning of this one is you have taken 3 chocolates and those 3 chocolates are divided into 8 equal parts and you have 3 parts with you. 3 parts means that are always lesser than the whole chocolate. Next one is improper fraction. Improper fraction. Again the name says that it's an improper. That means the opposite of proper is called improper fraction. You may get the definition in my words. Suppose I am writing 3 by 2. This is improper. Why? Because initially in your numerator you have 3 which is bigger than the denominator 2. So these type of fractions where you could find the numerator is bigger than the denominator, the type of fractions are called improper fractions. You may take many fractions also. 5 by 4 is an improper fraction. Why? Because 5 is greater than 4, and also 9 by 8 is also improper fraction, and also if you take 12 by 8, whatever the fraction you will take, in such fraction your numerator should be greater than the denominator, then that type of fraction is called improper fraction. Now I am taking mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. The name again it says mixed. That means if it is a combination of a whole and a proper fraction. That means if you will take 1/2 chocolate, one is whole and half is proper fraction. So you may again in other words says that mixed fraction is a fraction which is a combination of a whole and a proper fraction. Suppose I am writing 1 by 2. The meaning of this is one whole chocolate along with half chocolate. This is proper, you know. Why? Because numerator is lesser than denominator. You can write it as 1 plus 1 by 2. That means proper fraction is there, along with that a complete one, whole one is also there. That's why you will call it as mixed fraction. You may take many definitions for this. 3 2 by 3, that means 3 2 by 3 can be written as 3 plus 2 by 3. 3 is whole, whatever the number of wholes, that is not matter here, and 2 by 3 is a proper fraction. That's why you will call it as a mixed fraction. Next one, what I am taking is unit fraction. See, the names itself says what is the definition of that fraction. See, in this case, unit fraction. Unit fraction is a fraction in which its numerator is 1. Very simple. Unit means 1. If you find any fraction whose numerator is 1, that is said to be a unit fraction. Suppose 1 by 2, 1 by 9, 1 by 10, 1 by 20 and so on. You may write any number of unit fractions which are having numerator as 1 and denominator is whatever it may be. Those type of fractions are called unit fractions. Next, fourth one is like fractions. What are like fractions? These are very important, even though the students who are very intelligent in their academic studies, but sometimes they can't explain what are these type of fractions. Like fractions are fractions whose denominators are equal. Very simple. If you find any 2 or 3 or whatever the number of fractions where the denominators, not numerators, the denominators are same. Suppose I am taking 1 by 4, 3 by 4, 2 by 4, all these fractions. See, if you see the denominators are same in all these fractions, that's why you will call them like fractions. Similarly, the opposite of these are unlike fractions. Students, you may explain without my explanation. Why? Because when like fractions are the fractions which are having same denominators, unlike fractions are fractions whose denominators are different. Suppose I am taking 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 9 by 11, 13 by 19. All these fractions are called unlike fractions. Why? Because their denominators are different. See, in this case the denominators are same. Like the name itself says, like means same kind. In which same kind? In the case of denominators they are same, but unlike fractions or the fractions whose denominators are different. And next and last one is equivalent fractions. See, this is very important. Equivalent fractions. The equivalent fractions are the fractions which are obtaining by multiplying or dividing the numerator and denominator with the same number. Once again I am saying, if you take a fraction and if you multiply the numerator as well as denominator with the same number, or divide the numerator or denominator with the same number, that fraction is called equivalent fraction to the given fraction. I am taking an example. I will explain with an example. See, this is a fraction. Whatever the type of fraction, you may take a proper fraction or improper fraction, that will not matter. Now what I am doing here is I am multiplying the numerator with the 2 and also denominator with the 2. Simply I am multiplying numerator and denominator with the same number. You will get a fraction 1 2s are 2 and 2 2s are 4. These two fractions are called equivalent fractions. Keep in your mind that the value of this fraction is always same the value of this fraction. You may create many fractions which are equivalent to the original fractions. I am multiplying numerator with 3. 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6. This is also called equivalent fraction to the original fraction 1 by 2. And also I am dividing this with 3 and also this 2 with 3. Then you will get a fraction. So I am writing 1 by 3 and I am writing reciprocal of this 3 by 2. That 2 by 3. 2 by 3 reciprocal is 3 by 2. So I am writing 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6. You will get the same fraction here also. That means this is also called equivalent fraction to 1 by 2. Means if you multiply or divide the numerator as well as denominator with the same non-zero number, then you will get a fraction which is called equivalent fraction. But keep in your mind, you may get a doubt or you may get an idea. Suppose if you add same number to the numerator and denominator, do you get the fraction which is equivalent to this? No, not at all. Suppose I am adding 1 to the numerator and 1 to the denominator. So 1 plus 1 will become 2 and 2 plus 1 will be 3. See, this 2 by 3 is not equal to 1 by 2. Keep in your mind. And also if you subtract same number from numerator as well as denominator, you will get a fraction which is not equivalent to this fraction. Keep in your mind that again I am saying multiplication and division will work to get equivalent fractions. These are the important types of fractions. You will meet again in the next video. Until then, take care. Thank you.